He is one of those high school basketball players that is simply a joy to watch. And part of the reason he plays the game at such a high level is because of his father. Mike Max introduces us to Nasir Whitlock.
Nasir Whitlock is dynamic. That means he knows how to play the game and how to turn it up.
I just pride myself as whatever the team needs me to do, I can do. Defense, facilitating, try to get my teammates involved.
Because he can do so much and he knows when to do what. He is a coach's dream.
He knows how to manage a game. And I think for an elite point guard, managing the game is important. He knows how to get his other guys involved and when to do that.
You have to look into the stands to figure some of it out. His father, Sean, understands the point guard position.
Could be suiting up for the Gophers tonight.
In 1995, a young sports reporter found him. Sean had transferred from the Gophers to St. Cloud State. He became an effective point guard for the Huskies.
How far can you go?
We can take it all the way, I think. I don't want to put no added pressure on us, but I think we can take it all the way.
What are you telling about your playing days?
I just tell him he's way better than I was.
Son has an idea of his dad's basketball status.
He told me he had an interview with you a long time ago, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. But, that's where I get my game from, If I'm being honest, he's one of the best players I've ever seen play. So, just seeing him play on tape was like, dang, he was really good.
Sean also became good friends along the way with Gopher legend and longtime NBA guard Bobby Jackson. And it was Bobby who introduced his son to his idol, Chris Paul.
Man, it was like my world flipped upside down. I was in third grade. That was my favorite player at the time, playing for the Clippers, and I went to go see him play. And I didn't even know it was happening. Bobby Jackson, kind of like my uncle. He's cool with Chris Paul, and I was backstage and I met him. He told me a few things, and I've just been working on them ever since.
And it is what Dad sees in son, a pass-first mentality that resonates with him.
Yeah, he's always been a kid that was more of a pass-first kid. And, sort of looking for his teammates, and then scoring sort of came on later. But he's one of the hardest workers I've ever sort of been around.
That's why his senior season is so much fun. He sees what his son has become through hard work.
He's always been a worker. He's a grinder. His work ethic, his effort, and his attitude has always been at a high level. But so this year, he's been so consistent.
To an extent, it's not about results, but an approach to life. One that will take him to Lehigh University, and one that has made his point guard father very proud.
You kind of seeing the results of it, but he's a great kid. That's the thing I'm most proud about, is the type of kid he is.
They are works of art made in a small town, held together by simple wood glue. Now they are starting to get worldwide attention. John Lauritsen visits with the man behind Wooden Wheels in Raymond.
People here are nice and friendly, so I enjoy this area.
Raymond is known as a close-knit community, a mostly quiet town, but you will hear the sound of semi-trucks. And then you'll hear the sound of wood being turned into semi-trucks.
You never imagined as a kid working on those little models that
No.
this would be your career
No,
now.
I always figured I'd be on the farm doing what I love.
Aaron Zenner was raised on a dairy farm. As a kid, in between chores, he began building crude, tiny models just for fun. But as the years went by, his talent really started to come out of the woodwork.
I had a friend ask me to build a model of his semi, and that was my first actual customer.
A very satisfying customer, and that was 7 years ago. After that, word spread like a prairie fire. Pretty soon, Aaron was getting recognized for his painstaking attention to detail.
There's not a single screw in here.
Nope.
No
It's all
nails,
wood.
no screws, just wood glue.
Yep.
Most of what he makes in his garage is miniature farm machinery, trucks, tractors, combines, and silage choppers. But he's also made an ambulance. And once, just because he likes the challenge, Aaron built a construction crane. It took him 6,200 wood pieces to finish.
It was about almost 20 feet tall.
20 feet tall?
It's massive.
On average, it takes him about 32 hours to build one model. He often starts with a toy to help calculate the dimensions. Then he draws up blueprints and goes to work with his table saw, his scroll saw, and his drill press. Most of what he uses is heartwood. that he gets from an Amish lumberyard in Ohio.
I can do red, purple, yellow, and orange woods, and then various shades of brown.
Instead of using stains or dyes, he'll use Mother Nature. When he finishes this Alice Chalmers tractor, he'll leave it in the sun, which will turn the color of the wood from red to orange. It's a different kind of farm work, which makes sense because his biggest fans are farmers.
Breathtaking. I mean, I never expected it to be what it was, and his work is just, words can't explain it.
It's incredible, you know, and living down the street, you know, you see the lights on in his house any time of the day, you know, making each one of these individual pieces.
Recently, a machinery manufacturer in Germany even asked for some of his work. But as good as Aaron is, he does have his limits.
If somebody said, Aaron, can you do U.S. Bank Stadium and all the seats inside, what would your reaction be to that?
I would say no. Hard no.
So he sticks with what he knows best. It's not exactly the farm career he envisioned, but it might be even better.
People are just amazed. It's all over the world, so it's pretty crazy.
In Raymond, John Lordson, WCCO 4 News.
That's our show. We hope it lifted you up, maybe even inspired you to do some good this week. You can see more heartwarming stories every week on our Sunday morning show. It's from 7 to 8 a.m. on WCCO TV. And if you have an uplifting story you'd like to share, we'd love to hear from you. We want your ideas. Submit your story to WCCO.com/uplift. Thank you so much, friends, for being with us. We'll see you next week.